Good morning peeps, Liesl here once more, and today I'm out and about to bring us what might well be actually the very last in our little series of Quaint England, as I'm leaving England and I'm moving to Wales, as many of us know. More on that in the next bits between the bits, which will be coming up fairly soon, but I thought we'd start here. So to kick off, we are at the prehistoric farm to Roman villa. It says a changing landscape. So this is the remains of a Roman villa that was unearthed when they were building Milton Keynes, and I will take us on a brief tour of this, which will be the first section of this video. I'm hoping to do a couple more things. The Grand Junction Canal. There's Annie, and one other, yes. Do bear with. So here it is. Let's go and have a little look round. So, like I say, really, do excuse me, but the sun is so bright today that I'm having difficulty seeing the camera. So here we go. I think this has been partially restored. I do think this was the foundations of a particular building, probably. I really don't know. I didn't have much time to do much research, but I thought I would at least give us a quick look. Here we go. And you can see the remains of the walls. And here we go. Concrete steps, obviously they're not original. And yeah, basically that's the site. So I thought, as it was on the way, I would include this. Very brief, this one, as we head toward the Grand Junction Canal, which is probably about another mile away. Yeah. And back to where I left Annie, because you can't be too careful, and I didn't lock her, so here we are, and here she is. So yeah, there we go. That's that for this part anyway. So yeah, on to the next one. Okay. Okay. Now I wasn't so sure I was going to actually get this bit done, because it's a bit out of the way. I had to go off road to get here. Yeah, but Annie coped with that well, so better than I. But here we are. I thought I couldn't really leave Milton Keynes for good before filming probably one of its most famous, or should I say infamous, landmarks, the concrete cows. Now, as you can see, they were created by Liz Lay and Bill Billings. I remember Bill Billings. He was an artist who moved in 1969, actually the year I was born, to Milton Keynes to basically as a builder to help build the place. But he later became a very well-known artist in this area and passed away a few years ago, God rest him. Yes, I mean, there is also a concrete dinosaur, which unfortunately I will not have time to visit because it's right at the other end of the city and it's about an hour by bicycle. And one or two famous paintings which we might see on the way to the Grand Junction. So less from me anyway, and here it is. Really, it's got to be seen to be believed. But here are the concrete cows. Yeah, I remember when they put these here. I drove past with my dad in his then ancient Austin Allegro, beige, very 70s. So there's one. They've been repainted once or twice on April Fool's Day. They have been repainted by mystery artists Once they were painted all up to look like zebras, and another time with psychedelic daisies, all different colours. And it's years since I've been here, as I say, because you've got to come off road. Really, it's more of a dog walking area, but they probably are what made us famous, along with many roundabouts. I think you call that driving circle or turning circle in the US, I'm not sure. Here we call them roundabouts. There's the main road, look. Yes, and I remember driving past right here actually with my dad in his Allegro as they were filming these for the news. Yeah, probably the first time ever. And there's the back end of a cow. This one's rather strange, isn't it? Yes. And this one looks like a cross between a dinosaur and a pig, I always think. But I do love it as a piece of artwork. I absolutely do. Absolutely. And I don't know what happened to this one. He seems to have lost his head. Oh no, his head's down on the ground. Oh, well, cheer up, mate. It's not that bad. So there it is. The legendary concrete cows of Milton Keynes, which are used as a mascot as well for many things that come from Milton Keynes. Yeah. So, one last look. Goodbye, concrete cows. Farewell, and all the best. Okay, and now, at last, we're on our way to the Grand Junction Canal. Do bear with, it'll be well worth it, I assure you. Yes, I remembered this on the way, a very old locomotive. If you can see, it has Wolverton written on the side. Now, we're heading into Wolverton, which used to be the biggest railway town in the whole of Europe back in the 1850s, and up until about the 90s, I think, they looked after the Royal Train. I used to service it there under very strict security. So there's that. And if you bear with me 1 second, I should say this is at the Wolverton Museum of Industry. If you're interested, they're online, I'm sure you can look it up. So on to the next bit. So here we are at the Wolverton Museum, just outside, and I thought we'd get a load of these. So this old loco here has a very tall chimney, as you can see, and get a look at this old boat here. Her name is Way. What a beauty. Yes indeed. So, British industry of the Victorian era, I do believe. I don't know what kind of vessel she is, like an old trawler or what, or I really don't know, but let's have a quick look around. Take a look at the prop. There we go, and the rudder. Quite impressive, I would say. Under the hull of the boat. Look at that, rivets. Rivets. Beautiful. And there we go. I really hope this does come out nicely. As the sun is shining so brightly today, I really can't see much. There she is. Way. And see if we can get a slight view of the wheelhouse. There you go. Yeah, or whatever you would call that. Yeah. Bridge, I don't know. I'm not that much of an expert, but again, I thought back to the very old loco. I'd say that's very early 1800s. Looking at her, there is some information here, and there you go, there's the information. If you can see it without my shadow, if you did want to pause the video. But anyway, there it is. It's Hayes Boatyard from Stony Stratford, which is only a couple of miles away. I lived there for a short time myself. Also a very historical town. Yes, sadly I don't think I'll have time to do that one. But I wanted to do the ones that we'd already planned. And if we just get a close look at this old loco, I would say she is very old, probably early 1800s. Yeah, old steam locomotive. Look at the old gauge on there. Beautiful. Yeah. So there it is. Okay. Next up, the Grand Junction Canal. So here we are at the Grand Junction Canal, also known as the Grand Union Canal. Yeah, I always think of it as the Grand Junction Canal. Why it has two names, I'm not entirely sure. But so here's where we start. And yeah, you can see there's nice steps going down to the towpath on the canal. Dare I say, this is another place where I used to bunk school. Yes. And smoke cigarettes, weed, and get up to all kinds. So adults only. Absolutely. I neither condone nor condemn my actions from when I was a teenager. So there it is. And yeah, next up we'll go and see the boats. Here's one of the very famous canal bridges that does go over the canal. They're all numbered, and this one is the same year, the year of my birth, number 69. And there's the canal, and as you can see, there are one or two boats up here. People do live on the boats. Yeah, so I won't go snooping my nose in, but we'll head down to the main boat area. One or two things I want to show you of interest down there, so I won't linger here, and yeah, off we go. Okay peeps, it's quite noisy here because behind us there is an industrial estate, but if oldie worldy English pubs are your thing, here's the Galleon. Yes, it's closed at the moment because it's still quite early in the morning. This particular pub has been here for a long time. Yes, if you're in the UK, there's the happy prices. If you are ever in Wolverton, I would recommend the Galleon if you wanted a little bit of refreshment. It is the most hospitable and friendly establishment. I'm not on a commission, I am not, but yes, I've spent one or two happy times there over the years, so I thought the Galleon should get a look in. There it is, Quaint England. So here is the most beautiful narrow boat, and I did get kind comment. And here's the gentleman who lives on there. How are you doing?
Who lives on there?
Do you live on here?
Yes.
Oh, please, I'm filming for YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
If that's okay. I didn't want to do it without your permission.
That's what you do. What, you just filming boats, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the people in America. They love it.
Well, yeah, well, I do. I know. I met one last year.
Oh, brilliant.
And one from last year, he came over from America. Every year he comes over, and he hires it for a month.
Oh, nice one.
I met him down at Cassie. I met him down at where do we? Oh yeah, on the Hatton flight.
Okay.
He's an ex-policeman, but yeah. Oh, I love it.
That's absolutely. Yeah. Oh, most interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm sure there's plenty of characters up there who live on the boats.
Oh yes, I
don't
know.
live here, so I just use it as a
Oh.
hobby, a leisure.
Yeah.
So I'll come out this week.
It's a lovely boat.
We do our best to keep it clean.
Yes,
It's not
indeed.
easy with locks, they get marked and all that stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And
Yeah.
that's what you don't want to do. You've got a little scuffs here, but I put my fenders on, take my time.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, all them characters up there, they're good characters up there, you know, the
Yeah.
actually live on. Because it is tough life, you know, living in the winter.
Yeah, I had a friend that used to live on a boat, and yeah, in the winter it's pretty hard.
I mean, we got the old fire going, that makes a hell of a difference, that old log fire. You just keep it in.
Oh yeah.
All through the night, you just fill it, stoke it up, shut the vents off, and it keeps the boat warm, and it's still going in the morning.
That's
you give it a
lovely.
little boat with the ash.
Yeah.
Put a bit, another 6 pieces on. It's quite a cheap way. Well, not cheap way of living, but it's cheaper than heating up our house at home.
Yes, I know what you're saying. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, thank you
Okay,
so
bye.
much. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks. And here we are finally at the Iron Trunk Aqueduct, a very favourite spot of mine. Yes, we'll get an actual proper look at the Iron Trunk in a moment. But yeah, as you can see, it is the broadest aqueduct in the UK on the canals. It's very high up, as I know, because I did actually drive a narrowboat across there myself once. It was my friend's boat. She didn't have a head for heights and she just bought the boat, and she asked me to drive it across this bridge, which I did, which was one of the most pleasurable things. And if I just walk along a little way, there you can see it a little bit better. There's the canal boats, friendly folks. And I say, let's get a look at the construction of this thing. If you were interested, the river going underneath is the River Great Ouse. Yeah, which goes for miles and miles across the southeast of England. And there's the fields, very nice. I will miss this place. Yeah. So I'm glad we got it on camera. There you go. If you want a quick coffee, just up the way there is the Cosgrove Store and Kitchen, which services the canal. I do know, as I've been there myself. And if you wanted any further information, again, I can't see very well because it's very sunny, but there you go. If I pause that a moment, quick screenshot if you wish. Okay, moving swiftly on.
Oh, that was awful.
There we go. Thought I would give us a slightly closer view of the canal boats. I just stopped to chat to a local who gave me some very interesting information actually about when they built this canal. So if we head down to the River Great Ouse, I'll fill you in best I can. Okay, here we go. Yes, the guy I spoke to said it's a shame that they've deemed a lot of these unsafe structures now. I don't know how well you can see through this old canal tunnel. I'm guessing it was a maintenance tunnel, but when I was a kid, we used to ride our BMXs through here. Yeah, if we can get a better look through the bars maybe. There you go. I can see actually it has crumbled quite a bit since I last came down here, which is probably at least 15 years now. But I thought, there you go. Well worth a look. And yes, now we'll go and have a look at the actual Iron Trunk Bridge, which is a beautiful piece of architecture. So here we go. And here it is, peeps, the Iron Trunk at Wolverton, built in 1811. You can see it's been repainted not too long ago. Yeah, you can see that down here I'm actually in the estuary mud. Yeah, the wash from the river. So I won't hang about. You can get down to it, but it is a bit off the beaten track. But there's the trunk anyway, which to me is the creme de la creme. Yep. Here the River Great Ouse, which I will be following back the way we're facing, so south more or less, to get back to Milton Keynes. Yeah, as you can see, look, there's all the weed from the river caught up in the trees. We had quite a lot of rain recently, and this river does often flood its banks, as you can see. So yeah, I think I better get out of the estuary just in case it does start to rain. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed this, peeps. Quaint England. I think that's it. If I spy anything else on the way home that I've forgotten, I will include it in another video. But this is quite a long video, and yeah, this is basically what I wanted to show us today. So there we go. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye to the Iron Trunk. Cheerio, England. There's Annie taking a rest. Okay then, peeps. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Keep building.